Hi everyone! One of you asked me, should I buy a used Porsche Cayenne Turbo? I'll answer that question when I come back. Hi everyone! Behind me it's my 2008 Porsche Cayenne Turbo. Actually, there's another version of Porsche Cayenne that I really love. It was the Porsche Cayenne GTS. That's right. It has the same 4.8 liter V8 engine, but the GTS version doesn't have the twin turbochargers. That's right. The thing is, I think the GTS is a better way to go because turbochargers, they do go bad, okay? When they do go bad, they need to be replaced. And turbochargers are not cheap. It's gonna cost a lot of money to repair. I'm a bit scared of the turbochargers going bad on my Porsche Cayenne Turbo, and I saw one in Silver Spring, Maryland way back. I wanted to buy it so bad. It was like $28,000. I know it's GTS. I mean, it was like 2 years before I bought this car, so the price was really high. It was stick shift too, the GTS. It was nice. It was like clean, but 28,000, I wasn't willing to spend the money. Plus, I didn't have $28,000, right? So good thing I bought this one instead of the GTS because, as you know, I bought this car for $14,500. That's right. So 28,000 and 14,500, and this is the top of the line, okay? The twin turbo Porsche Cayenne Turbo. So this is like the pinnacle, the 500 horsepower Porsche Cayenne Turbo back in 2008. And one of you asked me, hey EJ, the depreciation of this thing is so bad, and the price now this year is within, you know, my price range, he said. I'm like, I get heartburn every time somebody asks me that question. It's like, should I buy a used Porsche Cayenne Turbo? Well, let's think about it. Let's go through it. Back in 2008, this Porsche Cayenne Turbo cost $121,000 base, okay, with the regular 18-inch wheel and tire. So you can add another like $5,000 if you want to get the 22-inch wheel and tires. That's gonna bring the cost up to what, $26,000 car. So this car is millionaire's car, okay? People who earn $1 million a year, they can buy this thing because 10% of their income will go toward what? Buying the Porsche Cayenne Turbo. I mean, it's $126,000. You know, that's a lot of money. If you're not a millionaire, you know, the monthly payment of this one is gonna be astronomical. It's gonna be like a house, okay? Even with, especially car payment. Even at 3%, you know, of $126,000 car, that's a lot of money, you know. In the beginning, it's just like this guy on YouTube. I think he bought Maserati Quarto Porte, and I almost collapsed when I heard him said that his car payment was $1,750 a month for his Maserati Quarto Porte. So this car, again, think about it. If you are not making, well, let's go back. When it was brand new, these cars were millionaires' cars, okay? Whoever bought this one the first time, she must have made a lot of money, because there's no way if you don't make that much money that you can buy this car at $126,000, okay? Think about that. Even when it is used, again, you must at least make around $75,000. Maybe if you want to live comfortably, okay? If things break, you'll have what? The money to do it. If you make like 20 to 30,000, just forget it. These are millionaires' cars. So think about that. Yeah, back in 2008, this car was 26,000. It can go up to 150,000. You know, if you add more option, nicer, this and that. The thing is, car salesmen love to sell you more features for more money, right? So think about that. How, and then one of you asked me too, how in the world were you able to buy this? Well, first of all, YouTubers and regular people, they're different, okay? YouTubers that have, like me, who have 17,000 subscribers, we're making around $300 to $400 a month extra on top of our income. That's right. So just put that in your mind, you know. People who just doing 9 to 5, 8 to 4 regular 8 hours a day job, they shouldn't be buying this kind of car. The thing is, especially when they have car payments, that's right, car payment that comes from their pocket. They shouldn't be, you know, they're not in business of buying extra luxury car like Porsche Cayenne Turbo. I know when you buy this car, the dealership or the seller will give you, thank you very much for buying my Porsche Cayenne Turbo. This is your token of depreciation. Instead of token of appreciation, you get token of depreciation because this car really depreciates a lot. You can get this for now around 15,000, the one that is in a good condition, and it goes down to 8, even 5 grand now. Okay, from $126,000 to 15,000, 8,000 to $5,000. You know, the higher the mileage, you know, it will push the car value down. Not because the car is not a good car. The thing is, this thing breaks a lot. I saw an article today on Google News. Why Porsche Cayenne Turbo is a used car that you shouldn't be buying. I can see that why, because one of my friend bought a Porsche Macan, for example, right? He was shocked when he went to the dealership to do the oil change. It was $400 plus to do it, you know, at the dealership. For me, as you know, I'm a DIY guy. I'm a YouTuber. I'm not a normal car owners, okay? Think about that. YouTuber car owners and regular people who go to work, we're abnormal people. We do DIY work. We have tools. We have stuff. We have some skills. We don't mind to get dirty. So yeah, I don't have to deal with that $400 or $500 oil change fee because I'm doing it myself. But maintenance fee of this car, parts, if you watch my video on how to tune up and change the spark plugs and the coil pack of the Porsche Cayenne Turbo, parts of this car is not cheap, even for DIY guy, okay? The whole total price of doing the tune up, changing the spark plug is around $850. So just for parts, okay? Can you imagine if you take it to the dealership, they will charge you for every single thing, like taking off the beauty covers. That takes time because they have to unscrew everything, remove everything, put it back on. They actually charge that thing. I was like, seriously? Taking off all that stupid covers? And then, parts, they will mark the parts up a little bit here and there. And then it took me like only like 2 hours, but probably it's gonna take them longer. I don't know. But it's gonna cost you a lot of money. I know the car is gonna be really cheap, and then if you're making around like 20 grand, below $50,000, just forget it, okay? Get Toyota, Honda, or something reliable. When you're making $50,000 per year, you're not really making $50,000 a year after tax, after all the health benefit that they take out from your paycheck, Social Security, whatever. You're probably making around like 30,000. After taxes and all that stupid taxes. In order to buy this car used, you gotta make at least 90,000, 75 to above 75,000, or maybe 100,000 more to buy a used one if you want to drive it without fear. As for me, I have another source of income that comes from YouTube, right? I mean, this car is only $275 a month, but YouTube is paying for it. See? Do you know the difference? If you're just a normal guy working 8 to 4, 9 to 5, just 8 hours a day with no additional income, I said, don't buy it. I know. And some of you ask me, I'm in college, I'm a college student, should I buy this? I'm like, no! No, 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 no. I was a dirt poor college student. I was a PhD. PhD? Are you? No, no, no. When you're in college, you don't make much money unless your parents are really rich. I saw, two types of college student: rich kids who drive BMW and Mercedes in college, and poor kid like me who walk around on campus like Jesus, everywhere we went, because I had no car. So buying this, even though it's $5,000, when it breaks, oh man, you're gonna be crying, and you won't have the money to fix it. Think about that. So should you buy a used Porsche Cayenne Turbo? Well, think about your income first. Are you making 75 to 100,000 a year with additional side income here and there? If the answer is no, just run away, run away, run away, run away, run away, run away, run away from this Cayenne. And I know some of you will get pissed off. Oh no, you're telling people not to buy. No, I'm not telling people not to buy this. Just to help them to understand that buying a millionaire's car like this one, and I saw a Porsche 911, for example, today at the dealership where I bought this car. It's 2007 Porsche 911 Carrera. It's a beautiful car, but it has 134,000 miles in it, and they're asking what, 29,000? I'm like, are you kidding? I'm not paying $29,000 for Porsche 911 that has 134,000 miles in it. I don't care if it's 2007. It's older than this, and it's a Carrera. I don't care if it's Porsche 911. I'm not paying 29,000 for it. But the reason why I bought this because it was around 14,500, and then it matches my YouTube income, so it's perfect. My YouTube income is equal to the monthly payment, so this car is provided by YouTube. Yeah, see, do you see what I'm saying? Your business paying for this, that's fine. But if you don't have any business to pay for this, you're not in business of buying Porsche Cayenne Turbo, because the maintenance, the parts, the repair, oh man, it's expensive. And you don't have a garage like this, okay? If you have a garage and tools to work on your cars, you get my blessing. Go ahead and buy it. Also, making 75 to 100,000 a year, then fine, and buy it. If you don't, oh, this is not a good car to own, a used car. Even at that article that I read today on Google, they were suggesting that the 2010 and 13 Porsche Cayenne in general, they have a lot of problems. It breaks down a lot. And 2004 is like the worst, okay? Usually Porsche Cayenne Turbo came out in 2004. It was like the fastest SUV back then. There was no SUV that made that much horsepower. I mean, 450, that's a lot. I mean, it's even faster than the Corvette, okay? Even the Corvette, back then 2004 didn't make that many horsepower, but Porsche decided, you know what, let's just put twin turbocharger in their SUV, so it was the fastest. But the 2014 has a lot of issues. It's like the most unreliable Porsche Cayenne year. That's right. If you see that really cheap for $3,000, well, if you are adventurous like me and doesn't mind to get dirty and willing to learn how to do oil change, but still, if you're like college students and don't make much money and you're working, I don't know, at the place that only pays you like what, 20-30,000 a year, don't even think about buying Porsche, okay? These are millionaires' car. People who buy this thing, they have a lot of money. Usually they just buy it cash, okay? And people who pretend to be rich, they will have like a lot of car payment. I mean, $1,000, $2,000, I mean, $1,700 to like $3,000 per month. That's crazy. That's even more expensive than my mortgage, you know? Just don't do it. Just don't do it. Should you buy this Porsche Cayenne used? Well, let's recap. Check your income, okay? If you're making like 20, 30,000 or less than $50,000 a year, you're not really making that much money, okay? After tax, Medicare, Social Security, and you know what I'm talking about, right? You look at your check like, what happened to my $50,000? It's not there. How come I'm only making 30? Even though, you know, on your job offer, it says that you're making 50 grand, $50,000 a year. After tax, Medicare, Social Security, you make almost nothing. You can't afford this thing when it breaks. You cannot afford, if you don't know how to change the oil, you can't take this to the dealership and pay like what, $400 to $500 per oil change, and that's expensive. You still have to pay rent, you still have to pay mortgage and food. Well, it's just a bad deal, okay? Check your income first. Number two, think about it. If you're just a guy who just worked 9 to 5, 8 to 4, 8 hours a day with no additional income, you know, no business, nothing, how are you supposed to pay the monthly car payment for this thing? Like I said, I have side income from YouTube around like $300 to $400 a month, which is pretty decent, okay, for additional income. So YouTube is pretty much covering the insurance and the car payment for this thing. Oh, again, the car insurance for this thing is not cheap, okay? It's the most expensive one. Like I said, this is a millionaire's car, okay? It's a $126,000 car. Insurance company knows that. When this thing gets into an accident, they have to spend a lot of money to fix it. So that's why the insurance company charged a lot of money to cover this thing. You don't believe me? Try to buy a Bentley, okay? That Bentley is, Armage is $240,000 when it was brand new. Even though you buy it used at $28,000 or $24,000, the insurance company don't care, because when you wreck it, they have to shell out the money, so they're gonna charge you a lot of money. Ferrari, Modena, try that, just for fun. I like to call Allstate. I will call them, hey, how are you doing? I give them the VIN number, and then I ask them how much does it cost to cover this thing, and they will tell me this X amount of dollar, and you're like, oh God, you know. Again, before you buy this kind of car, check the insurance rate. In the state of Virginia, oh my Lord, the state of Virginia loves to tax me to death with this thing. The property tax, personal property tax on this car is very expensive, okay, per year. Then you have to add it on top of your car payment, maintenance, repair, personal property tax. So again, if you just, those guys who just have full-time job with no business, forget it. If you're not a business guy, forget it. Number three, do you have the tools? YouTubers and normal people, they're a little bit different, okay? We are equipped with tools and, you know, stuff. This is a garage. You have a garage to do all the maintenance. If you're gonna do it outside, yeah, maybe, but you have to be able to what? To invest in tools and places where you can do the maintenance yourself. Do you have that? Are you willing to spend the money to do it, to learn it? Are you willing to buy tools to do your own maintenance? Because, yeah, don't be like my friend who got a sticker shock when he bought his Porsche Macan. He took it to the dealership. Oh my God, it's $400+, you know, to change the. But they do inspection. They look at the tire. They adjust the tire pressure and whatever. I can do it myself in my garage, you know, to check my tire pressure. I don't have to pay $400 to do all that little thing. Yeah, are you willing to learn that? Are you willing to buy all the tools, you know? So there you go. That's the answer. Should you buy a Porsche Cayenne? Use one? Well, think of the three things. Your income, what kind of job you do for a living, you know, do you have side business to cover all these additional things that will break? And number three, are you willing to buy the tools and to invest the time to learn on how to do the maintenance and repair on this thing? Again, it's not easy, okay? Even like a Bentley, for example, parts have to be imported from England. I have this Jaguar XJR right here. I'm doing some modification that I'll tell you later, but these two are millionaires' car. They were like $100,000 car when they were brand new. Only millionaires can, you know, could buy cash. Some people who pretend to be rich, they will have like what, a lot of car payments. They are buried in debt. Okay, you don't want to be like that, you know. Especially cars. Cars depreciate. You will get what, big depreciation, and you feel lousy, you know, because you don't want, really, you don't want to have high car payments. When it breaks, you have to repair it. But at the end of the month, you have nothing left. You know, you can't eat, you can't, you know, pay your bills, and just dark. Okay, but if you have good income, I suggest like maybe more than 75 grand to 100,000 plus, then buy this car, because I know you can cover it. But if you're making less of that, no. If you're just a guy who work 8 to 5, 8 to 4, 9 to 5 with no additional income, no, don't do it. If you're a business guy, go get it. It's fun. Actually, this is a fun car that you can drive. And if you're not willing to learn and to invest, time, or to buy tools to fix it and to do your own maintenance, forget it. You feel the pain every time you go to the dealership to do an oil change. How much? It's $400 to do an oil change? Because it is pain in the neck. There are so many covering down there, and they charge that too, to remove it. It's like, seriously? Because it does take time to do the oil change on this thing. And it's not hard, it does take time, and dealership charges hourly rate. So you feel like the heartburn, oil change time. And anyway, love you guys. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to my channel. And when somebody asks you, should I buy used Porsche Cayenne Turbo? Think about it. The reason why I can tell you this, because I actually own the car. That's right. A lot of reviews don't talk about this. This car, okay, the wheel bearing, one wheel bearing, okay, to fix it and to change the differential fluid is $1,250, and that's considered cheap. But for those people who do not make money and don't have any savings, majority of Americans don't have saving. They don't even have $1,000 in the bank in the saving. Most of their money are gone, They don't have, if they lose their job, they won't even live for a month. So they don't even have any backup plan. So yeah, it's just think about it. Just one wheel bearing, and to change the differential fluid was $1,250. I know that's cheap, but still, it's not cheap for those of you who don't have any saving or don't have any money. You end up using credit card, and then you can't pay it off, right? You still have a car payment, repair, all kinds of stuff. Anyway, to avoid the headache, think about that three things that I said. Anyway, make sure click the subscribe button and like this video. Bye.